Well, well, well. What have we here? You see, last season, I started out 12 and 0. 12 and 0 in my first season back in full real fantasy football. People said it couldn't be done. There's people that have been there for decades that couldn't go 12 and 0. They couldn't go 11 and 0. They couldn't go 10 and 0. They couldn't give an O face. They couldn't do anything related to an O except go O for against me. But you know what? 12 and 0 doesn't mean much unless you finish. Yeah, I won my division. Won it by week 10. Yeah, I made an impact. I took over for Chase. Chased him off. How fitting. And then you know what? His brothers got revenge on me. They did. First, Paul ended my perfect season in week 13 last year, the final game of the regular season. And I thought to myself, this is maybe a blessing. Law of averages says that you're not going to win every single game. You're not going to win 15, 16 straight. Law of averages say that. I believe in law of averages. Things in life find a way to balance themselves out. So I chalked it up when Paul beat me in that final week of the regular season. I let it ride. I did. Then the first week of the playoffs, I played the other brother. I played Eric. He did he. And he beat me. Oh, did he. But as fate would have it, the final 2 weeks of this regular season, the one that matters now, I play Paul, and then I play Eric. That's a fantasy god. That's your fantasy god. That's my fantasy god. That is our fantasy god at work to match me up against those two for my redemption. Coming into this season, winning a title, winning a division, third on my goals list. First was to beat Paul. Second was to beat Eric. Last week, I played Paul. Last season, I played Paul. Paul beat me by 10 in that final game of the regular season last year to end my perfect season. Last week, I beat Paul by 10, and I ended his playoff hopes. I knocked him out of the playoffs. How fitting. This week, the final game of the regular season, I play Eric, and I have a chance to now knock him out of the playoffs. How fitting. Some say there's no God. They don't believe what they cannot see. Well, I see very well. I see me in the playoffs. I don't even give a fuck what I do when I get there. I don't give a fuck. All I care about is ending the hopes of the Schweitzers once and for all. Don't think I forgot about you, Niall. I'm hoping that you somehow make it in the playoffs and we match up against each other. Did you have anything to do with last season's fate? Do you and I have issues? No. You're a nice guy. I like you. I like your hair. I like your beard. I like your body structure. It's much like mine. Doesn't matter. Guilty by association. You're next, Niall. But first, Eric, you're fucking mine, you bitch.